Hey there, beautiful souls. Whoever you are that finds this reading, please understand that it's not a coincidence. And this message found you for a reason. But with that being said, please only take what resonates for you. If it's not resonating, don't force it. Or if there are parts of the message that don't resonate, just don't take the parts that aren't resonating and take what does for you. Leave what doesn't for someone else. I had already started pulling some cards here, and I first and foremost, we do have a bit of a toxic environment that you're dealing with. Now, this could be at home in a relationship, this could be your career, or some area of your life that feels very unstable. I have the Emperor here, but because I have this toxic environment type of energy, this Emperor is a bit of a tyrant, someone who is maybe even very toxic themselves towards you. Now, this could be like, you know, maybe a boss or a romantic partner, a parent, but whoever this is for you, I clarified here with the Tower, and so it feels very unstable, like it's a very unstable, messy situation and very toxic. But with the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like you're just tempted to stay in this toxic environment, maybe because of it's difficult to like maybe break some sort of cycle or like step out of your comfort zone, because maybe this toxic environment has become familiar to you and you feel safe in that familiarity. And so like you've kind of gotten comfortable with some sort of toxicity in your life, something that is maybe controlling your life in some way, controlling your thoughts, controlling your emotions. You know, not you, something else outside of you has some sort of control over your thoughts and or emotions or finances, but it's like you feel as though you don't have any power wherever this is, whatever this is, or whoever this is. And you know, what Spirit kind of is bringing to mind is like people, like when they live near like an airport, or if they live by a train station, you know, and they hear the planes or the train all the time, you know, and so they just kind of get used to it until like somebody comes over and like maybe points out the sound. Or let's just say like you you go into a bathroom, right, and it smells like poo, you know, and it just is awful. But then like you just kind of get trapped in the bathroom, and eventually you get used to the smell, and then someone else walks into the bathroom and they're like, oh my god, it smells horrible in here, and you're like, oh, does it? Because like you've gotten used to the smell, and the person that comes into the bathroom, they're like, yeah, like how can you stand it? How long have you been waiting? Oh, I've been here, you know, for forever, it seems like. And so the person that comes in is like, look, you need to get out of here, you need to get out of this, like this is not healthy, this is not good for you, and you don't even realize it because you've gotten so used to it. So maybe there is someone in your life that's telling you like you need to leave some sort of toxic environment, whether it be a work or relationship, or maybe this is just like, this is the message, like telling you like there's something here that you know is falling apart, or is very messy, very chaotic, very unstable, and like you need to like break free from the familiarity and like really step out of some sort of repeating pattern or toxic, um, like some sort of just toxic repeating pattern that you've been dealing with. I do have the World here on the bottom of the deck, and there's the Death. It is time to like really put an end to some sort of difficult or toxic chapter in your life, because you are ready to like move on to bigger and better, something better suited for you. Whether, and I'm not saying that there's a better people, there's anybody that's any better than anybody else, but someone that's better suited for you, or maybe it's a job that's better suited for you, or it's just like a lifestyle, or there's some sort of an environment that you're in, that you're ready to like move on, from whatever this is. And it may not even be like toxic, but it's safe and it's hindering your growth in some way. And so there is this kind of familiarity with it, whether or not it's toxic or not, it's just hindering your growth. And it's time, whatever this is for you, to really put an end to this chapter, because the death card also can represent like like the phoenix rising. And so like, it's time for you to rise. So hold on, I just need to make sure my mic is on. Of course it's not. Okay, so I just checked, and so even though my mic wasn't on, somehow it still ended up recording the sound. I guess I just didn't have the little thing plugged into the camera all the way, thank God. So anyways, it didn't like silence the sound, so that's good. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not sure where I was at when I checked the mic, but I'm just gonna keep going. So the death card, it's like it can represent like the phoenix. And so yeah, like this is you are ready to like burn something to the ground. Maybe like you are ready to ascend from the ashes. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to feel good. It's not, it's not going to feel good. It's going to be uncomfortable. We got the Ace of Wands here. There may be like, there may even be like some sort of like codependent, something here has been like some sort of codependent situation. Maybe you have been dependent on someone else, or it's been like the kind of a codependent type of situation within a relationship. Maybe you've just been codependent yourself on someone or something else. And but regardless, I'm seeing like a fear of the unknown. And and I feel like you're maybe even lacking a bit of clarity, because the devil often shows up in times of like addictions. And so I'm not saying like that you're in some sort of an addiction, but the energy of someone in an addiction, they are not able to see clearly. Their mind is in a fog because of the addiction. So, but this could be, there's some sort of codependency, whether it be towards like drugs, alcohol, another person, whatever this is, like that you're using as a crutch, whether it be another person or a substance or whatever it is. It's really fogging your judgment. The temptation, the toxicity is clouding your judgment. And there needs to be like a moment of like taking time to like really step back from the situation, because maybe you're too close to it, to be able to see that it's not good for you, for one, and to gain the clarity in order to break free from whatever this is for you. And it could be like financially like dependent. We've got the Two of Pentacles. There's like again, like there's something that maybe feels like you're on a roller coaster ride, like maybe some very a lot of highs and lows, and definitely like some instability that you're dealing with, um, whether it be like financially or emotionally. We've got the Page of Pentacles too. Yeah, I do feel like it's time for you to like put some sort of plan in place to leave some sort of toxic environment that you're dealing with here. Oh, and you know what? My phone just lit up and it's 10:10. Look at that. Um, so yeah. Um, hold on just a second, guys. Hacky, she's like all over me wanting lovins. Okay, here, baby. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's purring. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the mic. All right, here, Hacky. Sit down, baby. Go lay down in your bed. All right, Spirit, what advice can you give to the viewers? What advice? You know, maybe you're staying at a job because even though like it's not necessarily great, at least like it pays the bills. Or maybe you're staying in a relationship that because like even though like you're not happy, you know, there's this just this sense of familiarity and comfort with it, with whatever it is for you. Baby girl, go lay down in your bed. Good girl. I went to go grab that card and it moved away from me. So let me shuffle again. The Ten of Wands. This has been it's been a very like burdensome journey for you. Look, there's the Nine of Wands. Like you are maybe feeling just extremely drained, tired. You're exhausted. You're hurt, and this also too is someone leaning on a crutch. So like you have maybe not even realized you've gotten so used to like leaning on this person or this job or this, you know, some sort of you know, toxic or unhealthy habit or behavior. You've kind of leaned on whatever this is as a crutch because there's been maybe a fear of kind of independence or leaving the unfamiliar or feeling like it would be too hard or too difficult to leave this situation. So you there's this sense of like I feel this sense of temptation to stay. I'm too afraid to like, you know, take destiny into my own hands. But there is an opportunity. Look, there is an opportunity here. I feel like with the Ace of Cups, Spirit really wants you to be honest with your feelings, you know, really sit, look. And it also looks kind of a little bit like an image of Phoenix. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but, and there's the Two of Wands. That's being at a crossroads and having a choice, having a decision. And you know, like you need to decide, are you going to leave or are you going to stay, you know, in the bathroom with the poo all over it. um the poo. I'm not laughing at the situation, I'm just laughing at myself with my examples. Okay. Yeah, the King of Wands. This is you because we're pulling for your advice. Look, there's the Sun gaining the clarity with the King of Swords. You know, this is you figuring it out, the answers coming to you so that you can really um, move forward here confidently in getting out of this toxic environment. So like you figuring it out, I do see answers, like a moment of clarity here that is going to give you what you need. Like you're getting some sort of information. There's some sort of information coming in, whether this is like a download that you're receiving, or like you're like looking for information, you're making plans, you're putting things together in order to make a sound decision that puts the power and the control back in your hands, so that you can move forward, so that you can free yourself, because the King of Wands is not oppressed, he's free. So like you have been feeling like oppressed, or like maybe felt like a slave to a relationship, or felt like a slave to some sort of toxic environment that has had a hold on you. So look, I want you to know that like there is hope, because you do also um, need to make sure that you are putting in the effort, and making the necessary plans. If this is regarding a job, I'm not saying just quit your job right now, but going and putting in your resume, or like putting in applications to find a new job, or like you know doing whatever it takes to get yourself out of this current situation that is falling apart. That it is, there's the inevitable failure, because with the Tower too, it does represent like that, something here in your life needs to come tumbling down so that you can rebuild, something that is sustainable. Maybe you've been putting band-aids over something, a temporary fix, until it just all falls to poo again. Yeah, if this is regarding finances or a job, like I'm seeing that coming in for you, in order for you. So if you're needing money to like free yourself from something, or like you're needing a job, I'm seeing like information coming in on how you can have the funds to like to free yourself, or like to get the job, to like free yourself from something here that has been hindering your progress, so that you can start over. If this is regarding a relationship, like look, the Two of Wands, the King of Wands is at this crossroads, because this is the king, or this is like a man, like a king, someone of stature, that really, that owns all of that, the land there, and is standing there and thinking how he can expand his kingdom. And so this is you, really thinking about like how you can expand your personal kingdom to grow. And so like and you are wise, you can figure it out, you will figure it out. I'm seeing answers coming to you. And it's like there may even, because the king doesn't work by himself, like he has like a whole slew of people that like inform him, or like give him advice. So like, talk to other people, ask people for their advice, go and seek out others, and accept any kind of advice or information from people that you get as well. Maybe even for somebody watching, you may have to like consult with a lawyer or something along those lines. But I'm also too seeing like with this Two of Wands and the King of Wands there and the Sun right here, I'm seeing like a sudden departure. Yep, look, the Ten of Swords, like you may just like get a wild hair up your bum, and just like, you know what, F it, I give up, I'm done, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm out, deuces. And like you literally like just suddenly, like, maybe it's like a living situation, and you just up and leave, um, or kick someone out, or like you just up and quit a job. But I'm seeing like, um, whatever this is, there's some sort of information coming in that may at first seem difficult to hear, but but it's like a good thing to be, overall, because it allows freedom and growth for you. Queen of Pentacles. All right. There may be, look, making amends, and they're putting a band-aid over it. So it's like you've been putting a band-aid over something that that just isn't working. You've maybe just been masking something, and you know that it's not working. You know that you maybe need time apart from a relationship, or like you you know, need a break. Is there any other information from this What's the Vibe deck, Spirit? Look, brick wall, blockage. You maybe have like you know, feel like you're just kind of I don't know, like trapped or blocked in. Maybe you've built a wall up around your heart. You just there's something here where you're just kind of maybe feel like you're beating your head up against a brick wall. You maybe also feel, look, there may be like someone that that maybe was wanting to have a baby, that may have been like betrayed by a lover, but maybe you just really wanted to have a family with someone, but and there may be like some sort of betrayal, because it says ultimate betrayal. There may be someone that may have had like a baby with someone else, or like there's something with like a baby mama, a baby daddy, something like that. But we have ultimate betrayal and toxic lover and haters. So like someone's romantic partner may actually be like their biggest hater. I also too, I'm seeing like a toxic partner, or this doesn't even have to be like a partner. This could be just someone that you love, someone that you care about, that is your biggest hater, that is constantly like talking about you. Look, there's liar. Yeah, there's someone that is like constantly like talking about you and lying on you to anyone that will listen. Talking about you behind your back to anyone that will listen. And so Spirit is like, look, you need to free yourself from these people, from this person, from this situation. You need to be independent. See, because maybe you feel like you're afraid of like something missing. You know, you're afraid of like something missing out of your life, or feeling incomplete. But Spirit's saying you deserve this new beginning. You could be dealing with someone who's like very like financially manipulative. I want to prove something to you guys. Look, all right, so we've got the gold digger. So this could be like someone financially manipulative that's only out for their money. But look, epiphany. And that's what I told you. You can expect like there's some sort of information. This could be like a download, or there's information that you're receiving, or there's some sort of answers coming in that's going to allow for you to take a different path, to go a different way. You're going to have the courage and the self-confidence in order to actually do it, but there is going to be that opportunity. We're going to get one more card. Quality time lovers, and then growth. So also to like, for some of you, like your contract with a person is up. It's time for you, like Spirit wants you to know like it's time for you um to like leave a situation, because your soul contract with either a person or a situation, like you've learned everything you needed to learn, and you have grown and evolved. You may be dealing with, if this is regarding a soul contract with a person, this person is still too immature. They actually were also supposed to learn and grow from this relationship, but they haven't evolved as quickly as you have. And that's okay. Everyone evolves at their own pace, but you've outgrown this person or this situation. And it's time for you to be with a person or in a situation that is on the same caliber as you. So this was meant to teach you something here, teach you something about your own expectations and your ideas of what you thought versus what it actually is. What's meant to be a family, what's not meant to be a family, what's meant to be a family for you. Like there's so many different things. It's going to be different for each of you, but you have learned from this. You have learned, you have grown, you have evolved. And answers are coming. So you're going to have the clarity that you need. You're going to have the answers. You're going to be able to figure it out. Anyways, you guys, if you're looking to book your own personal private reading, my info is always in the description box, especially if you feel like you want more detail or information on this, if this is resonating, you want something more specific for you in your particular situation, or even if you would rather to look at something else, whatever, what have you, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, I will be announcing the winner of the free reading giveaway this evening. So make sure that you check out the community section of this channel to see if you won. And then on Thursday, I will, several of you are interested in the extra deck of cards that I have. So on Thursday, I will let you know who I felt drawn to give the deck to, so that you can give me your shipping information, and I'm going to ship you out the cards. I'm also going to give you one of my Palo Santo sticks, and I'm going to give you one of my selenite wands. So yeah, but this is what I have for you, and the divine in me bows to the divine in you.